You should not focus on finding, seeking, or chasing love at first. What do I mean when I say that? What's going on, guys? My name is Austin Davis, and for the last few years, I built a 6-figure power washing company as well as a YouTube business that generates me over $10,000 a month. My goal of the channel is to come on here and show you guys how you can escape the rat trap, which is ultimately the vehicle that you're in that's, has no income upside, no fulfillment, and ultimately it feels like you're not getting anywhere and it feels like you're on a hamster wheel. You see, ever since we were kids, we're conditioned with the same bullshit that the failed education system is feeding us today. Now, what do you hear? You hear teachers saying, you gotta find the thing that you love to do. You gotta follow your passion. You gotta find a work or a job that you just love doing. Or how about this one? This one's a beauty. You gotta go to college. If you don't go to college, your chances are you're not gonna be successful. Thankfully, my generation is starting to open their eyes to that total BS one-liner that we were all fed when we were kids. But still, it remains a widely accepted way of thinking, that you must go to college to be successful. This is a part of the massive failure in education that's happening right now. Yes, at one point way back when, college was very, very useful and in some cases necessary. But even then, and still today, no education about taxes, no teachings about how to start a business, nothing about how to raise your income, very much less on how to multiply your money. You don't even learn how to take advantage of the tax code unless you hire or talk to a CPA. Now, why is that? Why is it that we don't get this very crucial information that could literally help anybody and everybody? Most people on this planet are hurting financially. Instead, they fed us crap about chemistry, algebra, and physics. Now ask yourself this question. Have you ever had to use any of those 3 courses ever before in your life? I thought not. That alone should make you question the system. The elites that are in charge of this world, now I'm talking about the people that are really in charge. I'm not talking about Democrats or Republicans who are a world of bullshitters in their own right. I'm talking about the people that lobby to those politicians. I'm talking about the biggest special interests, the biggest groups, and the biggest people in the world. Think George Soros, for example, who's a billionaire who quietly donated $140 million in 2021 to political causes. He also gave $170 million to Democratic candidates in 2022. What the fuck? Excuse my language, but I think it's important right now. What the fuck comes in exchange for all that money? It's no surprise that we're not taught these income skills because let's face it, the people in charge of this world do not want to arm the masses with this knowledge. Why the hell would they want people taking advantage of the tax code? They want to keep everyone paying their taxes. Why would they want to teach people about making money? That's what the school and the education system is doing right now. It's a literal chicken factory, breeding people on how to be a worker, how to clock in and clock out, telling you that the American dream is buying a home and retiring at 65 with whatever money you have sitting aside. Please tell me that you guys that are watching this video right now are beginning to see the forest through the trees here and waking up to the fact that the government does not have us at their best interests. So what we need to do is break free, recognize it, and just totally break free from that. Now, why should you not want to do what your teachers tell you and chase income instead? Again, like I said, they're breeding you to be a 9-to-5 worker. And honestly, God bless teachers because I don't even think they know any better. And honestly, teachers are some of the nicest people in the world. But why should we listen to the crap about trying to find a job that you love? Anyone who tells you to chase love and not money most likely has no money. I don't care if it's love or passion for a career or a person. Now, don't get me wrong here. I want you to find love. I want you to find happiness so bad. And honestly, fulfillment is one of the biggest talking points in my channel. I want you to become fulfilled in what you're doing. Chasing fulfillment is crucial in life, so don't get me wrong here. The problem is that there's a certain order of operations that needs to happen here. Doesn't matter what age you are. I don't care if you're 18 or 58. You need to cover your backyard first before you start going taking care of someone else's. The problem with chasing love, for a passion or a career or even a person, and not focusing on what's gonna give you the best chances to succeed financially is it's just not feasible in the world that we live in today. The reason I say that is because 40 years ago, you could get a job right out of college, right out of the gate, and it doesn't matter what you were paid, you were gonna be able to qualify for an apartment, you were gonna be able to take care of yourself, or have enough to pay the bills with that one job alone for the most part. Can't say that about today, really. The ratio of the cost of living today to what the average American makes is getting wider and wider and wider. I mean, I know people personally, people that I know, friends of mine, and so on and so forth, that have graduated college, got a $50,000 a year job right out the gate, and they still can't qualify for an apartment. You mean to tell me that I spent 18 years in grade school, 4 years in college, went into a bunch of debt to get a degree, and I still can't afford to put a roof over my head? What the hell? And that's when the parents come in, right, to save the day, with co-signing on everything for the kids because maybe they feel a little bit of guilt on kind of pushing them through this path to college. That's why a lot of kids right now are still living with their parents, even after, 20, 22, 23, 24 years old. This, my friends, is why I'm calling for chasing income. We have to take matters into our own hands. Now, I know what most people are saying. Austin, but money won't make you happy. And you're right, I could agree with that. Money won't make you happy. There's plenty of people out there, plenty of examples of people who have crap loads of money and aren't happy. They're depressed and so on and so forth. But you know what money does do? It solves problems. It gives you freedom. It allows you to chase fulfillment and things or people that you love because you're not always worrying about money all the time. I'm talking real world problems. You can't pay for or qualify for a home or apartment. You can't take care of your parents in retirement. You can't afford proper vet care for your animal. You can't keep your vehicle maintained and you're driving down the road with bald tires. Girls don't want to be with you because you're struggling financially. I mean, for God's sakes, one of the leading causes of divorce in America is money fights or money disagreements. Money is a huge deal and it's high time it becomes a front runner for conversation and something that the education system focuses on. So what I would do is to put yourself in a position where you are in an opportunity that allows for high income potential with very low barriers of entry. For those following my channel, you guys know my story. I didn't go to college. I struggled from the ages of 17 to 22. Around 22 years old, I really started to focus on how I can earn money. I'm talking about earn some real money. That's where I came across selling cars. Selling cars for a big time dealership or really any dealership is a fantastic way to get your foot in the door to sales and business that has high income potential with very low barriers of entry. I mean, for God's sakes, dealerships will hire anybody. All you gotta do is come in there with a nice shirt on and a smile and you're gonna get hired. That's where I got my first taste of money. I very quickly learned how to talk to people, how to sell and persuade, and how to build emotion around a product or a service. I very quickly started to make $7,000 to $10,000 a month with no prior sales experience. Then ultimately what happened is I got tired of working for somebody else and I wanted to start a business for myself. And that's actually how I launched the power washing business. But the key here is to get yourself into a vehicle that's gonna push the needle forward. Do I or did I love sales? No. Was it necessary and vital to my success now? Absolutely. It gave me the skills that I needed and the finances required to advance my life forward. That way I could put myself in a position where I am chasing fulfillment, where I am chasing love. I made really good money selling cars and I took that money and I started a business, which gave me really good fulfillment because it was my business and not someone else's. And then that business gave me the skills and the finances required to go on YouTube and teach people exactly to do what I did, which again, that gives me great fulfillment. You see the pattern here? Chase your income, then chase fulfillment. Raising your income will take care of 90% of the problems that you have right now and will ultimately allow yourself to take a breather and ask yourself, what gives me fulfillment? Is it starting my own business? You can't really start a business when you don't have any reliable income to back yourself up in the beginning stages of your new business idea. Is it meeting a girl? Well, let me tell you this. If you're in your 30s, girls are hardwired to find a man that provides, protects, and really, she's looking for the father of her children. And a man that it's in financial hardship, that's gonna be a red flag to a woman. Sorry to say it, but it's the truth, gentlemen. So don't be afraid to get involved in something that you don't particularly like. This isn't something that you're gonna be doing forever. Eventually, we're gonna be moving into what actually fulfills you in life. If it's got a really good income upside to it, it very well just might be the catalyst that you need in life to get your life rocking and rolling. If you can get great at something that you hate, I guarantee you'll be successful in life.